or church matters and lift up the mighty name of Jesus, because we have the man ready. All right.
Gospel Live 365 presents Church Matters with Pastor Gifton Wallace each and every Wednesday morning at 10 Eastern. Listen in as Pastor Gifton discusses matters and issues of the church and gives us spiritual guidance and leadership in correcting them. Bring your questions by calling or texting our studio at 954-998-4777. That's 954-998-4777. You don't want to miss Church Matters with Pastor Gifton on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. on your all-day, all-night station, Gospel Live 365 Radio.
That's right. You don't want to miss Church Matters, man. You don't want to miss Church Matters at all. Bishop Gifton, how you do?
I sent you a message on via WhatsApp. Please give attention to the messenger. I'm not going to answer you in that. If you do not respond to my message immediately, I just needed to send back the link on this phone so I can be up and running and I can see all of the nice people.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, gotcha.
Nice people, and I refuse to function without seeing my nice people.
Without seeing the people, all right, boss. I'm scrolling up here to find it.
I deleted the link by error, so just send it back to me so I don't go into YouTube and stress my 56-year-old self out.
All right.
Yes, there you go. No, not that one. The one for YouTube. Not.
Oh, the YouTube link itself. Gotcha.
I don't think it look like you need two mango. Come on, let's.
I got it. Okay, here we go. I didn't even get to send it out yet. That's how bad things were here this morning. But
we understand that it happens.
We're up and running.
And it's something that teaches us that as God's people, let me get down this media good. It teaches us as God's people that there are some things in our lives that will cause a little delay.
Yes.
But to be delayed is not to be denied.
Amen. Thank you for that word.
Denied,
Yeah.
And so sometimes, the Lord allows that to happen. And we thank the Lord for that. Good morning, everybody. Let me see all of the nice people who are on, Mama Rosa, no, we're good, man. Everything is good. And I see a number of persons on, and so we say good morning. So as the man of God said, we're not doing the greetings now and the salutations. We're going to get right into it. One of the things I want to talk about is coping mechanism. Because some people are coping and some people are not coping.
True.
And this was born out of something that two of my girls did yesterday, but I will talk about that a little later. How are we coping? So, we normally start off on a positive note, because I remember some time ago when I worked at Wisynco, one of my friends gave me a little thing, and it says, if we can stress the positive, not magnify the worst, we will focus on each other's strength and see the good things first. And the minute I read that, it just sat in my mind.
Wow.
And I've always thought about that, all the time. And I remember when I was doing pastoral theology, Reverend Alston Henry, who was the lecturer at that time, he said to us that we must praise loudly and we must blame softly. And that's one of the positions I take as a pastor. The things that are in the positive, I really speak and highlight them from the pulpit. But the things that are negative, I will find another forum to deal about it. So when we look at what is happening, because we're still in the situation, we really saw less people being hospitalized, and we give the Lord thanks for that. We would have loved to hear that there is no more death, but that is not our reality.
Right.
But some things are on the decrease. We see some states are opening up on a timely basis. Sometimes against the recommendation of others, but let us hope and pray and trust that when this is happening, exceptional care is going to be taken, so that persons we don't really have a recurrence of this thing, and it set us back, and bring us back to square one.
That's right.
So and I want to ask also that those of us who are church matters
church matters
church matters
I love it.
we will really pray. Let this become a matter of prayer, that God will grant wisdom during this time, and that we are not being sensational, and people are not being driven by their ego or just things that are not very practical. So we want to be able to pray about that. Churches are still in touch with their members, and we thank God for that. And last week when we spoke about the innovative ways that pastors are reaching out to their people.
Right.
And we also prayed that those who might not have come up to that level, that God will grant them wisdom. And we did emphasize that those who God has granted the wisdom to be able to do what must be done, or open up person's understanding if the pastor don't have it, that you don't usurp your leader's authority or use an opportunity to criticize them, but also that you use the opportunity to be able to teach and train them. Because contrary to popular opinion, some pastors are teachable. There are some pastors who think that they know everything. It's like, I remember sometimes when I asked my children, when they were way younger, to help me to do something that I didn't understand, I'm saying, yeah, man, we didn't know, man. We didn't know. Yeah. Sometimes people behave like they know, and they really don't know.
Right.
But we want to pray that God will give our pastors who are less aware a teachable spirit, that they will not be offended when people seek to teach them. Persons are still being quarantined. Some of them are in government facilities. Some are at home. And Jamaica had, I think it was 46 or somewhere near there, deportees that were returned to us. And they're in a particular facility, a hotel. Yes, they're in a hotel. Wow. Unfortunately, one of them was tested positive. So you know where we are with that. In terms of Jamaica, the number has escalated, and the escalation really is born out of I think it's Alorca or whatever that BPO place is called. We continue to find persons who have had contact with other persons, and so we see that happening. So that is one of the reasons why them tell me, say, we must stand our yard, right? So, the government order is still on where Jamaica is concerned, and we now have a 6 to 6 curfew that has been happening since last week, Wednesday, and I suspect that it is going to continue for another week, because one of the things that they're trying to do is to scale down or eliminate the contact that we have socially, because they feel that if we do that, we will be able to at least somewhat curtail what is happening.
Right.
So one of the things that you hear, the word that you hear, and everybody's now using this word, the new normal. That's the word that is being used now. A friend of mine posted something on his status, and I found it very funny, and I answered him. He said that he went to sleep and he woke up and found out it is still Sunday. So I send him a message and I say, it's not still Sunday, it's Sunday night.
Right.
A lot of people have been sleeping.
Right.
A lot of people have been cooking. One of my friends said on Facebook last week, she got finger pot them. And I thought it was because she was in St. Catherine quarantine and really not getting the kind of food she want to cook. So I said, where you want finger your pot them for? She said, I'm tired to cook. And I find the same thing that is happening even in my own house. Sometimes we are cooking 2 times for the day, which I don't know because it's totally foods. Just before I came on, my wife looked at me and said, "Hey, you're putting on weight." We never know that is a compliment. Because that make it look like my summer body I get mashed up.
Yeah,
you understand? I just see you just had something to eat. go have some water.
Right.
That kind of a thing is what is called the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being used globally. So that, we're having the virtual church. Yesterday I was able to be in a Bible study in one of our churches in America and just shared with them. I was guest speaker somewhere in London last week, Thursday. And Thursday evening I'm going to be somewhere in Paterson, New Jersey. So
right.
we call the new norm. Online classes, social distances, they are now saying that we must move 3 feet and start to go 6 feet. I don't know how that is going to be possible when people line up a supermarket and see one bag of people. Nobody is going to have that discipline to be able to stand 6 feet. And now we are required that once we are in a public place, we are supposed to wear masks. I went somewhere, just stopped somewhere on Sunday on my way to church and walked into a Chinese establishment. And a lady walked in and the Miss Chin said, no. So then I said kerchief. So she said her handkerchief for $70 because it is now required that once any establishment, you must have on a mask. We're finding out that persons are home for longer period. And the truth is, DJ, we're really sorry for the people who don't like them yard. The people who don't like them yard, them feel it. And I said last week that abuse is on the rise.
Yes.
Both towards children and with spouses. Because the truth is that a number of people never let them yard. We spend most of our working hours out of the home. The children go to school. They leave for school 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then we back home until 3:34. We spend a lot of our waking hours outside. So some people are dysfunctional.
Right.
They just don't know how to function, and you have another set of people who don't do them yard.
Right.
So being home now is really seriously frustrating, and it's the easiest way for some people to get out of other people's nerve. Precious is going to the religious Nauticon. I don't know why. Precious said me somebody mash up. And Mama, you see Mama Rosa just swing out.
Nauticon at the same time.
You're going to put one hat on your head, Mark. Naughty. Yes. And man, I got, it's funny when I was thinking about those of us who are hardly home. Enough we did that church,
Right.
Because there are some churches who keep 24
yes, man.
a week.
Straight, man. Straight.
And there are some people who think that they must be there 9 days out of the 8.
Yes.
And them yard.
Live at church.
them suffering from Tanayard myelitis.
Right.
I'm going to behave. I'm not going to start misbehaving so weak. So those are some of the things that we're dealing with. You're not tired, Christopher. We had a little issue, so you're good to go. All right. So those are some of the things that we have to do. So what becomes necessary now is how we are coping. I heard somebody said something and I liked it, and I'm going to borrow it. The person said that some situations you have to be delivered out of, but some situations you have to be delivered in. And that's our basis. Paul and Silas in prison. The deliverance came in the prison before they got out.
Right.
And so maybe God is just trying to teach us something. The question then becomes, what are you learning? Maybe the Lord did tell some of us that we left here too often. That we took our people for granted.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And so now we are because listen to me. And you come out of your yard 6 o'clock, Brogan and them boys that come look for you.
That's right.
So you have no other option but to be inside. And maybe the Lord is teaching us how we can socialize on a different level. Zoom meetings, virtual Bible study, whatever.
Yes.
So God is teaching us new things. And the thing is that I hope that we are learning. So one of the things that was brought to my attention as I thought about this is that mindset becomes very important, because your mind is a very powerful thing. Hey, look here. Anything at all you make up your mind to do, it's like a parent trying to stop a boy from smoking. If the boy make up his mind, say, I'm going to smoke, I'm going to find a way to do it.
Yes, that's right.
If that young girl and say, don't talk to that boy because I'm not good for you. If she make up her mind that she's going to get into a relationship with that boy that is allergic to work. There is absolutely nothing that you can do to stop that. So one of the things that we have to understand is that there is mindset. And it's interesting. It's going to be very important that we do that. And so one of the things that was brought to my attention in terms of how the church comes in now, the church have to get to the place where we really begin to teach people practical ways of overcoming.
That's right.
Because it's like other people who take up DJ. You and I and Mama Rose. My name know about you so much anyway, but let me talk about me and Mama Rose. We will know about Fenzik.
Me know Fenzik, man.
Some of these young people like Christopher, no know nothing about Fenzik.
No, him no know nothing at all. But
him too young for them something there.
Yeah.
And it's like everything used to happen to you. More than anything. I lived 2 years with my auntie on Birdie in Clarendon. And I used to go down there every holiday. You understand? Anything up to you know at Aunt Birdie go for the Tiger Balm, you know. You know Tiger Balm?
Yeah.
You don't know Tiger Balm.
Okay, all right. I don't know Tiger Balm. All right.
You know, and listen, if you have a cough, and they go for Tiger Balm. If your head hurt you, and they go for Tiger Balm. If your finger sprain, and they go for Tiger Balm. So, there were bottles and bottles of empty Tiger Balm around the place.
Right.
Because that house used to be furnished with Tiger Balm. And sometimes we take on that kind of Tiger Balm attitude in the kingdom, where anything happens to people, we tell them they must go fast and pray.
Right.
That is not always the answer.
Amen.
And one of the things about the ministry of Jesus is that Jesus' ministry was a practical one. So that when the people them come and Jesus are heal their sick and them are run back at Jesus and they are there for the whole day. What Jesus do? Send for a little boy with him lunch.
That's right.
And multiply the thing and give the people. And so one of the things that we are going to have to do is not just say to people, all right, you're going through this, pray and fast and read the Bible. We also have to teach the people how to develop some practical ways. No, I'm not going to say that because I probably spilled something. But we have to develop practical ways of teaching people how to cope. So, and not just, we have to give them practical, workable solution.
Amen.
So that as a pastor, I can say to my people, all right, when you lock up in your house, pray. Look here, after a while, you don't go and pray no more.
That's true.
So we have to be very practical. So what do you do when you're in this situation? Prayer is a must, but prayer must not be a means to cop out. There's a member from my congregation, you know, who has her nephew with her, and that little boy is hyper. And she said, boy, I want school open back in the community. We can't manage him. But she was saying to me that, boy, pastor, when him start, you know, me not sending go read the Bible, you know. And myself, I don't go past the Bible as a punishment.
Right, the true. That is so true.
Because it might think that because him bad in Gus and go read the Bible. The only good thing about it is that it has improved his reading skills.
Right.
And it has caused him to be asking questions. But we have to be very careful how we limit people to prayer and the word and fasting, because there are always practical solution, and I'm going to come to some of those practical solutions. So what do you do when that situation is happening to you? Now, yesterday I was going for picking up my son at work. Before I was leaving, my daughter said to me, Daddy, where you going? I said, I only have one place to go today now, and I'm going to pick up Leroy from work. She said, all right, may I come with you? So I had to run on the road to do something. Man of God, when I come back, you know, that girl dress, makeup, new hairstyle, fix up herself till me now start feel away, because I was just in a t-shirt and a shorts, and I had to stop to get something at Bashko. And when me look, me notice I start fix up too. I see them now more than me today now. More than me. So guess what I like go do? I like go fix up myself too, because if anybody look that direction, they're going to see me too. I am not going to look like the little boy who is following them. Hello, please. And so they were home, they were bored, and they thought that instead of internalizing and allow the situation to affect them, they're going to just, now I'm going away now. We're going to have who put on makeup and eyelash to go to Bashko?
We're going to pick up their brother.
Who dress up to go downtown? I'm gonna not really dress up place.
Right.
They all and listen to me now. When we went into Bash,
No, sir.
I went in there to pick up 2 items, but my girl, them a shop, you know. Them a shop and they ain't got no money. And when you look at one of them, our purse big so.
Right.
One week of paper and something in there. But the mindset is we are not going to allow ourselves to suffocate in this situation. We're going to find a way out. So daddy just going for Leroy and I'm going to stop in Bashko for maybe 30 minutes. It's worth a dress up.
Right.
Pretend that you're going somewhere. So one of the things that we have to do is to really begin to look at practical ways how we can deal with our mind. Because I'm going to tell you something. Being confined and what is happening to us, you know, can really damage us in a serious way. I heard a report coming out of America that one of the nurses that was working on, you know, what they now call the COVID ward, she committed suicide. And I said about 3 weeks ago that when all of this is over, the nurses and the persons, the frontline workers who are doing what they're doing, they're doing it out of instinctively. They are coping because something in them instincts say you have to help them people here. But I can guarantee you, when all this is over and they lay down on their beds and things start to replay in their mind, a lot of these people are going to need counseling. That is why it becomes important as a church that we upgrade ourselves to be able, because some of these people are our own people. Where are we going to do? When we realize, when our sister so and so for a couple of weeks, and instead of thinking that she backslide, she might be having a serious mental issue. Right. Because every woman was in the middle of all of that. And it's like the thing just got to her. She got kill herself. Be that she saw a lot of people dying and was thinking that she did not do enough to help them and suffering from a severe case of guilt and just got to take her life.
My God.
And so we have to be very practical. Also, it is said that a lot of these soldiers who went to war, when they come back home, their mental situation is just upside down. There's a counselor who was on radio here. It is not anything private. And his wife committed suicide. And you're wondering how every morning you're on radio counseling other people, and here was your wife committing suicide. Because the truth is, no, man of God. And maybe that's one of the reasons too that God has allowed us to be able to be home, so we can see and know our people on another level. Because sometimes, let me put myself into it. As a minister, you can be so sensitive to the needs of other people that you miss the people who are right under your nose.
Wow.
And maybe the opportunity that God is creating for us is for us to get to know, you know, each other better. Because the truth is that there are some of us who are married and we stop courting. We don't even want the person that we're married to again. And so one of the things that we have to ask the Lord for is to really give us a kind of mindset, instead of complaining that the place locked down and we can't go to the mall to shop, or we can't go to church to go jump around on the bench and speak in tongues and lick off anybody out on them glasses. We ask God for practical ways to deal with situation. And wherever there is a shutdown, God has purpose in it.
That's right.
Wherever there is a shutdown, God has purpose in it. So one of the things that we want to do is to really ask the Lord to give us wisdom during this time, is to ask God to open our understanding, is to ask God to give us the real mindset. Instead of complaining about something, you know, look at the bright side of it. The girls could be complaining about being locked up in here, but then realize, say, I mean, a car is going to go downtown, and downtown is not the home. So look here, it might be 30 minutes out of the prison, but we're coming out.
Right.
So we have to change our mindset. We have to be sensitive to the people that are around us. We have to be sensitive to our family and their needs. Use it as an opportunity to discover some things about you. Some of we did about it for a long time. Make we try to see we go and beat till we get it right.
That's right.
So instead of just you know, frustrating yourself, use the opportunity to grow. Use the opportunity to glow, laugh at yourself.
My God, yes.
Have a little acting in your family. Do something. So one of the things that we want to say is that during this restriction, don't restrict yourself. Do something. I told you last week that I saw one of my friends jump in her car and say she's going for a drive, and she drive out in her yard, right in the yard, come out of the park, go up there, so turn back and come back and reverse. She went for a drive out. And the truth is that is a part of a coping mechanism. And so we have to find practical ways to cope. You can't go nobody hard because instruction is can and hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Social distancing.
Stay at home as much as you can, because at the end of the day, this too shall pass. But while it is happening, we have a responsibility. And so one of the things that I want those of us who are in leadership positions to do is to ask God to help us to understand, so that we can teach and we can share with others how to cope during this situation, because that becomes necessary. Let me see what we are saying. All I am seeing is good morning, good morning. Parents must cover children to help them in situations like these.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what Mama Rhoda said.
Some of us have wilderness mentality. Joy Dallas.
Wilderness mentality. What's wilderness mentality, man of God?
I have no clue. I guess them Bali. You don't know.
You're right. You're right. You already know we got it for 40 years. Anything God do, one of them. I tell you something. I have been learning so much. I have been learning how to deal with me. No, seriously.
Right.
I have been learning how to deal with me. Because, even in this lockdown and lock up, sometimes you come to your hearing that should really upset you. What we start to spend a little bit more time with the Lord.
Yeah.
And you spend more time in the Word.
Right.
And you teach the Word more. And you ask God to help you before you teach the Word, to help you to live by the Word. You are learning so much about you. You're learning some things that are you that you never know that was there.
True.
You're learning that some things that you think you couldn't overcome, you have overcome. So one of the things, the mind is a powerful thing. Joyce Meyer, I heard her some time ago, I was watching one of our studies, and she was saying that where the mind goes, the man follows. And so we have to be very careful where we allow our minds to go. And if you're going to make your mind lead you into a place of depression, you're going to be depressed. If you're going to make your mind lead you into a place of being miserable, you're going to be miserable. You have to learn to laugh after yourself. You have to learn to laugh at yourself.
True, man. True.
That's one of the things that has been heightened in my home. Because we always laugh at ourselves and laugh at each other.
Boy.
We have to fight every day. We fight every day. Every day.
Nobody not laugh off of me first. The bishop.
And you have to learn to laugh to yourself, Laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you learn to do that, it shut down what some people want to do to you, Because some people understand that whatever them say affect you. They will all say. God, you have to learn to laugh at it. When I was going to start, I did a technical drawing exam. Never done study nothing and get a big fat 0. And when everybody ball out them grade, I have to show them my 0. Them started to call me Egbert. And it used to affect me. I don't want to, what you call me Egbert for?
That's right.
I don't know who said, you don't know who going to down now. You understand what I'm saying? But what I started doing at school, I got rid of that name, I just walk right up to the blackboard and I start writing out everybody's nickname. Who for nickname go up first? Mine, Egbert. And when I realized now that it was not affecting me, that name never had a chance to stick.
Yeah.
Because I, in a practical way, started to laugh at me, and people can't deal with when they want you to be demoralized. And you can laugh at both them and yourself. So we have to find practical ways to do things, do something. Some of you used to bake and bake long time. Jesus have mercy. We think again, little small with it oven for.
But bake, man. Yeah.
Yeah, something why we say that. Thursday when I go to the market, I go make sure I buy one coconut and milk. I make some drops, I don't want my sister ingredient this. Because she got about drops. And people have me up from last week.
Stop it. No bother with it, man. No bother with it.
That DJ Roy, I could never do that. I felt bad.
I see I stretch for something, man. That's why I may try,
Yeah, me feel bad that me there Jamaica and me eat mango and one of their foreigner owner. So me just bring a piece of jackfruit.
What is my Jesus?
So me said to myself, say, it hurt my feelings.
Oh God.
So me say, you know what is true. The better thing to do this morning, is nobody bring the mango this morning. Just bring a piece of
A jackfruit. Jesus. So to see what going on?
Yeah, just bring a piece of jackfruit. You understand? So
easy,
I made a promise that I was not going to bring any mango.
The brother ain't no easy at all. The brother ain't no easy at all. You're not right. You're not right at all. You see Egbert head?
I'm going in the naughty corner because she's called Egbert. Arlene, you are in the naughty. Mama Rosa, who else around there?
Oh, all right. God.
Arlene, sit there, yeah. Good for you. Good for you, Miss Arlene. I'm glad that it affected you. All right. So, yeah, man. Chrissy said, Sharon said, I've not seen jackfruit in years. Mama said, hold it. Too much nightmare, Pastor. I love that too.
Look at the comments I'm going to go up now. Look at the comments I'm going up.
I must behave myself nicely. I don't know how practicable that is. I don't know how possible that is. No, I said wrong for that.
No, sir.
And the pastor, stop it. Absolutely shameful. Them say I'm wicked. Yeah, listen, my nice family say that I'm wicked. But look here now, we have to find a way to laugh. A merry heart do it good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dry up the bone. And Nehemiah chapter 8 and verse 10 says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Mama Rhoda said we're going to St. Mary. So you don't know St. Mary do her home. And a whole heap of jackfruit up on the way into St. Mary. So you would have tap on by a road.
No, brother.
Yeah, so one of the things, and let me tell you something, man of God. It's like on my status, I start to do something in the morning called a minute with the elder. Just 1 minute of using a word of encouragement, and it's fascinating the kind of feedback that I'm getting. This morning, somebody sent me the rolly eyes because she was waiting for the minute with the elder, and it's like most late in coming with it, And so we have to find practical ways to build ourselves, to build others. Don't just think about yourselves, invest in others. You understand what I'm saying? So during the situation, don't lock yourself up. Don't lock up your mind. Don't move. Don't have the wilderness behavior. You're not an Israelite.
That's right.
We have innovative ways of not just building ourselves, but to be building others. And so do something that you might not have done for a long time. You have a limited space, but trust me, there are so many things that you could do in your house. Try like a color blocking. Maybe you're putting the same curtain together all the time. Fling another one in the middle, man, and see how it look. Those of you who have never done a selfie in your life, but do a selfie. Go do a selfie, do something.
Help us, Jesus.
Video call somebody. You they are foreign, video call them. Instead of you call them on WhatsApp, call video call them and make your sister then here pull up.
Right.
And all them. So, and all these things. Laugh at yourself, laugh at each other. And we have to find practical ways of keeping our minds together. So we don't just want to limit it to fast and pray, because I have been fasting and praying, and thank God I have seen the benefits and the blessings of it in this time. But also, me in touch with the people them.
Right.
Get one little buckle and cut out the side of it and fling some dirt in there and sow 2 tomato seed in there and start to be indoor farmer or something. But do not lock yourself up. And that's one of the things, man of God, that we're talking about, is doing practical things. I remember there's a family friend that we have. The mother was taken up from America, from Jamaica into America, and she was locked up in the house every day, and she suffered from Alzheimer's. And I believe that had something to do with it, because I personally believe that if she had a chance to walk about like she was home, she had to put a little fall in her garden, and so it would keep her mind occupied. Do not sit down in this situation and allow it to seize or to become rusty.
Amen.
Do something practical.
Amen.
Do something that you had never done. Some of you ladies who have the extended ear, you know, the HBO ear belonging to others. Oh, sorry, it's yours. It's your money, pay for it. If when your husband get miserable, tell him to come plait me here.
Yeah, you know
Do something practical. Make him plait it and put up 2 koan and then you laugh after yourself. Take a picture and send it to DJ Royce and can put it up next week so we can see. We have to find and means of making ourselves happy. We are under lockdown, but we're not locked out. No, we're not locked out.
If them send it to me, if them send it to me the whole of Facebook, I can laugh off of them, you know, because Facebook it a go pan. You understand?
And DJ Roy, DJ, I would like to tell you and the listeners, you see that something the way you say they sitting around with the 2 orange juice them and the money.
You
don't know my voice. You don't know my voice, sir.
Are you saying?
Yeah, listen to me. I'm not coming on Church Matters next week. You don't know my voice, sir. I made that video.
Bridget, that thing make me pass out.
You know, me is big. So next week now, DJ, when you need to speak to me, you have to come to the secretary.
I have to make appointment.
Appointment. And tell Mama Jason, I said next time she calls, she going to have to come through customer service. My son texted me and showed me a number of mediums that he was on and said to me, boy, Pops, they need your autograph in the streets.
Virgin.
Yeah, man, I was coming from church and one of my friends stopped to buy something for his mom. So while we were there, I was saying to those in the car, you need something to drink. And when I saw that, man, my phone came out. I don't miss those kind of things. Because, me telling you, I'm happy by choice. Find a way to laugh. As a matter of fact, when I posted that, this morning I checked, there was over 12,000 views.
All right.
So, find practical ways and those of us who are youth leaders or women's president or men's president or head of the deacon board, do not accept this as a boy. We just had dead for church start back. No, man. Ask God for practical solutions and use that to be able to help others, because you don't know when you do what, how you will make somebody happy. Because sometimes some people are stressed out, and they want a little laugh. And so as a church, we have to find practical ways to do that. All right. Let me hear what they're saying. Twists. Sister Sharon, those twists are beautiful, and I love the nature look. Well, if you never send no cow and buggy, BJ and him put you up all next week. As a matter of fact, you know, DJ, one of the week, you know, for Church Matters, you know, what you should is have a husband plot a wife here challenge, you know.
Oh boy.
Challenge, you know. Name, you know.
It's a laugh. But kind of feel say you're the win still. You know what I feel say you're the win, you know.
I don't know why, but you know, you could make it fair thing, too.
But you know, hold on. I what if a wife wear wig, you know? So them are just plait the wig and then put it on. You understand?
No, all you know, give the wig another style. Style the wig.
Oh Jesus!
Oh God. Take care of yourself, and those who are watching, take care of yourself, and please do not lock yourself down.
My God, you gone already? You gone? You can't.
I'm going. I have to run now.
So man, I can't look at jackfruit and run for go eat some man. Come on, man.
And the truth is that, you know, there is more where that came from.
Oh Jesus! I just want to look a piece and bring come show up and we know.
Not my spirit. There is more where that came from. Yeah, so we want to do that, and you know, man of God, on an even more serious note, one of the things that we should use the opportunity to do is to re-establish relationships. There are some people that we might be upset with. Let the Lord talk to you. Or we should deal with that. You know, and sometimes, you know, when the Lord lock us up in some situation, is to talk to us. And one of the things I want to encourage us to do is to just listen to the Lord. because the truth being told that I think more and more in this lockdown, God is showing me that the church that is not pleased with. And while I see that, He must show me something about me that He's not happy with either.
Right.
And I'm trying to correct what He is showing me. And so we must use this as an opportunity to correct relationship. Some people relationship gone bad. And some of the relationship that we're talking about is not necessarily relationship at church. Some relationship in our house not done good either. And God is saying to us in this season that He wants for us to correct that relationship. And so that is what we should do, is use the opportunity to be able to correct that.
My God.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody's asking if jackfruit is good for you. Who are the health specialists among us?
How if you know that? But I guess anything that is fruit is good for you. It must have some kind of vitamin in it, man. If I did orange, I'm gonna tell you that vitamin C or cherry or something like that. But
you have no special news about jackfruit, huh? No.
I like it. I mean, know some people like Mama John and Mama Rosa who are sensible cook. No, say when them a cook the little soup, they will drop 2 jackfruit seed in there. Hello. And trust me.
It have a good,
I'm
man.
sure that it has done something.
It have a good. Jackfruit
No,
good, man.
no, but I am confident that it has done something.
Right.
You know, I have a soursop tree right at the back of my yard, you know. I not carry a soursop next week.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah.
I soursop up on the tree, you know. And I've never done soursop leaf tea.
Hey, until a big man. You drink it yet? I never have.
This week are the first.
This week at the first you drink soursop leaf tea.
Yeah, man. Because it's like one little flu did want to visit me and I said, look here now. That not gonna work because number one, if I have a flu or a cold, I am not allowed to cough.
Right.
Because coughing is a crime.
Coughing is a crime.
I just said, look here. And no Mama Rosa go pray for me. And no Mama.
Oh, but Jesus. Coughing is a crime, so you can't cough.
I bought turmeric in the market. I bought ginger. Me got people yard a big fever grass.
All right.
Everything had a nice process thing, you know. But I don't think it good like the real thing. So I have fever grass. So it's a ginger, the fever grass. I have garlic. And then I put the soursop leaf in there. And look here. You know how long when we peel orange, my wife is hanging up the orange peel on the kitchen and nobody
not touch that.
And now I drink orange peel. You can't talk to me. And listen, I put the whole of them together. I make my something, I make one big something, so some in the refrigerator. So little later again, by 12 o'clock, I warm up my thing and I go and drink beer.
Your concussion.
So the confinement has taught me to drink soursop leaf.
Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. I tell you. Oh boy.
My mother is saying the jackfruit is packed with vitamins. That's what she's here. It has vitamins packed in it. And Precious is saying boil the seed. It's nice with butter. Precious is too high. Suppose you know butter.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a stoosh. Well, boil the seed. It's nice with butter. What is?
Soursop tea run things. My mom used to give me soursop tea leaf when I had a cold. And my son Musa then coming on. Musa, what you have up there? Cersei, yeah. And there's a thing now that drink when I'm ready, I think called Gideon weed. Lord, it tastes bad. Jesus.
What is it called? Gideon weed?
Gideon weed.
Oh, Guinean. Okay.
You never heard of that?
Yeah. No, that.
Oh, Mama Rosa now figure you a listener too. But those are some of the things that is happening right here. All right. Joy saying the garlic and orange peel will sweat out the fever. What you say?
Yeah, true that.
We don't know black seed oil at all. Look here, we don't know that one there.
No, you have to ask Joan Princeby about that. Joan know about oils.
And Precious is saying that the orange peel tea is bad. Hey, if you tip little lemon in that, you know, Precious, that make it worse. Look here now, Yvette.
I love you. Oh God, Jesus. I love you. Make no pitting, no suck finger no more. I suck finger medicine.
You could have keep that till you come off in the event. What is wrong with you this morning?
Jesus! I suck finger medicine. Every child that suck finger, then put aloe vera upon them finger. You remember that? Jesus, please, you don't put your finger in your mouth all day. All day. You have to realize that you could have just got a pipe and go wash it off. But don't make them say wash it off. You understand? Why? Yes, sir. No, man. With the serious. So, hold on. I need to ask you this, because this is a big thing on GL365. A big thing on GL365. Okay? If somebody made you a nice pot, okay? A nice glass. Let me say glass. A nice glass of okra juice. Why your face looks already? If someone made you a nice glass, a nice cool glass of okra juice, an okra juice smoothie, okay? How you feel about that?
Give me beside the fish.
Yeah. No fish done there. No fish done there. No crackers done there. No. Them give you a nice smoothie, a nice glass of okra juice. Yeah, they say it's very healthy. Them tried to convince me the other day, said healthy, and somebody else send me something. And I say, yeah, read what it do. It do this and do that. Okra, boss.
I beg to pass.
Yeah, you pass? You can't pass that, man.
Will pass.
Come if you say me, I'm going to try it, so you're going to pass.
I am not drinking it. I cannot envision drinking okra juice. No.
Me no feel safe for drink either. Me no feel safe for drink either. But it's a big debate on here. Almost every Friday morning it come up for some reason or the other. It come up, say okra juice is something good. And I'm like, there can be nothing good about that thing. Drinking it.
I'm not drinking it. I'm sorry. Joan is saying that essential oils are very essential for everything. Oh, I thought that had to do with jackfruit. Somebody said aloe vera juice and orange juice combo is great for digestion and it's good for you. And you can get used to it. The truth is that you really, acquire the taste for some things. I didn't like broccoli when I first had it, and the first time I had broccoli straight was in Canada. Who know not about the broccoli? Right. But I love broccoli. So after a while, you acquire the taste. And I tell people at my age, I don't eat for taste. I eat for health.
Right, but you know what? Broccoli is about the look, you know.
Don't come with that.
The broccoli thing is about the look. The first time you look at broccoli, you're like, what is that?
Son can't drink that. I'm not drinking it. Right. And Angela said, I must fix my face. Mama Rosa said, man fi drink it. Mama Rosa.
A man drink. All of a sudden, it's a man drink. You see?
I make it very practical now. There are some things you see that we have in our minds that is not necessarily true. When I was growing up in as a child, a teenager, from a child even before teenage at Pelican Parade Church, when the mothers came to church, they never had a problem worshiping because as I'm landing at the church, we take them picnic. I used to love holding children. And somebody said to me that the way me love picnic, I'm not going to father any. I remember when I lived at Hyde Park Road, and Hyde Park Road is right beside where your mother pastored. We had a pawpaw tree in the yard. And the pawpaw tree just gets out of hand in terms of its height. And I decided I want a pawpaw because the pawpaw they were raised. And I decided I went and climb the pawpaw tree. And one of my neighbors saw. She had a piercing voice. She said, Miss Green, make him come out of the tree in back of a week. After I got married, my wife became pregnant. You understand? Some of these things are not good. We have to be very careful. You understand what I'm saying? But Mama Rosa said, it good man fi drink it. So, I don't know why. We might have a show about that,
No, you know what?
Allowed to drink and not to drink in the kingdom.
We do need a show on it for true. We need a show on it.
We might divert next week and talk about some of the practical thing there. All right, Mama Rosa, they don't know what they're missing out. What you say, Alicia?
My thing is that they say a man drink, right? A man for drinking okra, all because okra juice and one nice something, you know. So a man for drink it. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, all of a sudden a man for drink okra juice now.
Point right there.
Where that come from?
You have a point right there.
When they tell them about oats and milk and you remember when I used to start about oats and milk and the guineas and ray. They used to say a man drink, a peer woman a drink that now. So what changed about that? So now the okra our own now. You understand me? I say we need the okra thing. No sir, give me pound of fish and me.
You have to take 3-day fasting for this. Look like the host or the guest is complying. You might have to go down in the sackcloth and ashes, get 2 buckets up and kneel on it.
We're going to have issues. We're going to have issues. No, sir. Okra, good stuff.
No, that's a good stuff, you know, we eat it, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing, it bothers me sometimes when I go to the market and buy it. When we pick them head, take them and them cook. Then we feel the vegetable vibes. Then we do the okra, but sometimes we just stand there. You understand? Like it named Tanya.
Exactly.
Yeah, but when I reach the juice place, we have gotten the juice grace. You understand? We don't get it. And even though we are talking about, you know, experiencing and experimenting and doing practical thing in this lockdown, we never have this in mind.
That's right.
We did not have this in mind.
No, sir.
You know what I noticed? Brother Christopher, you know.
Right.
Some people and everything, you know. When you notice all the man silent. Where Christopher there?
I saw Chris go man. Chris
was there.
Chris is not a real Jamaican, you know.
So you know what I'm talking
about? No. Him born a not all, but him not have a clue what I'm talking about. Yeah, not all bad. He will tell you, man. Man, I'm not all, but him don't know what there. Him tell you say it's between Half a Tree and Crossroad. Him not really sure what there. You understand what I say? Yeah. And if you give Chris ox tail, him tell you say give him the ox but not give him the tail, or him gonna find some way. Yeah. The other day him tell me say I'm not a mango person. Who come from Jamaica and not a mango person?
No. You know, a young man said that to me the other day, and I become in the spirit, you know.
No.
I'm in a transgressions.
Pastor Gifton, I can understand if you don't eat blackie or you don't eat number or you don't eat a special one. You understand me? But when they say you're not a mango person, see him come on, you know, I was in a meeting. See him come on, you know, hey. Can you not be a mango person at all? No mango at all? I mean, no, sir.
I say all the people them are foreign waters, so much of them are dry it and I eat it.
Me never even wash my own them. Some of them, man, me never even watch some of them. I get it and I go right into that, man.
And you're fighting to get it from between your teeth and all them something there.
Yes.
You know, but tell me that. Yeah. You understand? There's a number needs your teeth and you don't like it like something.
Me not eat airy mango.
Oh, you don't like mango? Really?
Yeah. Something alright. I'm not born in Jamaica, man. I'm born, you know, somewhere between the Caribbean Sea somewhere. You know, I'm not no abiding place.
Yeah, what Pastor Musa Leng said. Musa said okra juice sound like trouble.
so like trouble for true, yes. Them say a man juice, so the whole we have to go drink it one day, brother. A man juice. A man thing. Yeah.
Well, hello, man thing. Your sister Trishana. You know you was Sister Trishana. Sister Trishana.
So we must
with oats.
Lord Jesus. Aye. Aye, that not even look good. Picture it ain't look good. It don't look good.
I'm there. Lord have mercy. Are you see? Yes, I'm back. Somebody sent me a message that he came right over. Sister Trishana, I
pray. With what? She said, we have to step up our game.
And look, precious now. So she in the African already. Listen to her. Say, a Chris case with the man. Brother Chris. I don't know what happened. Am I still here?
Well, you're frozen. You're frozen on the screen. Good
Oh,
thing,
yes.
good thing you had a nice smile on your face, but you're frozen on the screen. So-
No, that we I probably have to stay frozen.
But we can hear you.
Okra juice.
Yeah. No okra for me. Too
Declared
slimy.
that him is back to meeting, yes. We have also declared that him the born in Jamaica and born in Natal.
Not all, man. I'm not born in Jamaica, man. Not all him born. Not all him born. You understand? You name 2 or 3 people you hear say born in Natal. I never hear nobody say them born in Natal yet. It's either them born, if a Kingston, them either born a UE or down a KPH. Me never hear nobody say them born in Natal. You understand me? So that's why I have issues. Him no know certain things, my brethren. He know certain things. Only thing that man know for eat pork. Tell him about pork, him eat it jerk, boil, broil. Any kind of way you give him pork, him eat it.
What? For this thing. Look here. Notice what him say. Him say no okra for me.
Yeah.
No okra for me. The man said that, you know.
So it's too slimy.
Mama Rosa going to have a word with you. That's all I tell you.
But I want this Father God. Him say I want this Father God.
He said the recipe.
Vinette says she paid $3.50 for one mango in her USA. That's how much she love it.
Oh, really?
$3.50 for a mango.
Said that we forget about the steamed fish and okra. No man, we talk about that, man. It's just that we are debate over the okra juice. And we say, look, God is not going to happen.
Oh, Precious wants a fair child born in Natal. All right then. All right. It's a real hospital then. All right. It means it's real. It's real.
Organic smoothie. Oh.
When I get too creative now, when I come like
Mama Rosa said, me say, not trouble me.
Hallelujah.
Nah, trouble you. We know better than that.
We could close church matters, yeah. We could close church matters. We're going into a whole different matter right now. A house matter this. House matter we're going in.
Yeah. But have to run, you know.
Yes, sir.
Blueberry, strawberry, spinach. And spinach. Look here, Yvette. Next week.
All right. I don't even take picture and post on a mix up on Facebook so we can see.
Yeah.
Take a picture on the mix up.
I'll come with the hairstyle. I'll come with a mix up. And give it a name. And DJ Raw will find a prize for you all. One t-shirt mix.
There you go. Health matters. Oh, health matters. You hear what changing it? Bishop, go on where you go, but Bishop, take care of my brethren.
DJ, where brother Christopher?
Oh boy. Here we go again. Here we go again. It's on the cars.
I wonder if I can boil up this with all the skin.
All right, you are officially off the screen now, okay? All right, man.
Take care of yourself.
Bless up yourself, Bridget. Bless up yourself every time, all right? No, sir. Oh, that's too terrible.
presents Church Matters with Pastor Gifton Wallace each and every Wednesday morning at 10 Eastern. Listen in as Pastor Gifton discusses matters and issues of the church and gives us spiritual guidance and leadership in correcting them. Bring your questions by calling or texting our studio at 954-998-4777. That's 954-998-4777. You don't want to miss Church Matters with Pastor Gifton on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. on your all-day, all-night station, Gospel Live 365 Radio.
Hallelujah. Why y'all so terrible, man? Why y'all so bad?